Welcome to God and Jesus 101. We're back. We got a fun one today. How to know that God exists. Atheists and others. There's a lot of stuff out there. How to know God exists. We begin with the subject of animals. Scientists observe and classify 1.2 million species of animals. How can that be? Scientists estimate 8.7 million living animals on the earth. And fish biologists describe more than 30,000 types of fish. Come on, just fish alone, 30 different thousand types. They just exist somehow. How does that be? Okay, we're going to go to what the Bible says. The Bible, we turn to John 1 through 3. And it says, in the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God. God created everything through him. And nothing was created except through him. There's John 1 through 3 right there. So, let's talk some random common sense stuff as well, if there's any common sense anymore. Were you aware that every single snowflake is different? Can you imagine just 12 inches of snow all across central New York, we'll say, because that's where we live. How many little snowflakes are in all those? Just 12 inches of snow across central New York. Who knows how many that is? But every single one is different. How can that be? Anyone ever witness a baby being born? They have to know that there's a God when you see that. And right now, there exists 8 billion different people on the planet. Each has millions and trillions of cells, blood, bones, plasma, that all work in an orderly fashion. Yet, each of these 8 billion people have their own distinct DNA. Again, just coincidence? I don't think so. Speaking of DNA, leads us to our final and funny story and a question. DNA is an incredibly detailed language revealing vast amounts of information encoded in each and every living cell, which could not have arisen by accidental, mindless chance. Information requires intelligence, and design requires a designer. Janet Folger reasons this. There's a mountain in South Dakota that proves what evolutionists have been saying all along. If you have just enough time, wind, rain, and erosion, and pure chance, you can get a mountain with the faces of 4 U.S. presidents on it. If we can all admit that the faces of Mount Rushmore didn't just actually appear, how much more complex are people? Okay? Here's a question for you. Which is more complex? The faces of Mount Rushmore, a 747, your cell phone, or a worm? If you guess the worm, you are right. The DNA structures, the digestive system, and reproductive system are far more complex than those other things that obviously had a designer. Maybe, just maybe, someone designed that worm too. Does a God exist? We think so. How about you? Till next time, be blessed.